Hello, welcome back to the Cozy Corner. We hope you've been having the best summer ever and working on your summer reset goals and your inspiration.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy that we're here. We're having our last episode of the season. Yes, like Abby said, I hope your summer reset is going great. I hope that you have gotten a little bit of inspiration from our last episode. Thank you guys for joining us on the Cozy Corner.
Yes, so today is going to be fun because we have our significant others on the show, which I'm surprised we haven't introduced them sooner, but it's kind of perfect because y'all met our moms the first episode of season 2. Now you're meeting our boos. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll do our dads next.
Yeah, what's wrong with you guys?
I know, right?
They're just saving the best for last.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You know, but
That's what it is.
Mhm.
but
I
I'm very
hope so.
excited. We have some really fun games and I want to get to know Brett and Edwin. So let's get into it.
You're going to get to know a little bit about my husband, Edwin, and Gabby's boyfriend, Brett, a little bit about our relationship while we play a newlywed game, and we'll end with some advice that we have for you guys from the both of us, or from the four of us. So get cozy and enjoy.
Okay, so first we want to welcome our very special guests, Brett and Edwin. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys feeling on being officially special guests on the Cozy Corner?
It's a long time coming, but I'm excited.
Excited, and yeah, I've been waiting for this. You told me, yeah.
Okay, well now we'll kind of skip over to some introductions. Brett, you want to introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do? Things like that.
My name is Brett. I'm from Belton, Texas. I now in Leander. I've been working in manufacturing for the last 24 years, the same company. And besides all my time with you being busy like crazy all the time, that's working is about all I do.
And you're a dog dad now.
Yes, yeah, we are. We're dog parents now.
Mhm.
We have another mouth to feed in our house.
Yay, good. Well, Brett, welcome. Like we already mentioned, we're so happy to have you on. And I was so excited that me and Edwin were able to meet you in person as well, Brett. So when we went to Texas,
Yeah, we had a great time having y'all here.
Thank you. We can't wait to share more time together. So now, mi amor, it's your turn. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Edwin Mendoza. I'm from Guatemala City, and yeah, I was born and raised here. I'm a theologian, I think. I'm a theologian. I graduated with a BA in theology here in Guatemala. I studied abroad in Texas. That's how I met Darlene. We got married in Texas in 2016, and now I work at a nonprofit, and we are starting our own nonprofit to help children with malnutrition here in Guatemala, and yeah, we're just enjoying life.
And Edwin, you are a very awesome husband to my best friend Darlene. So thank you.
She was very lucky. I'm kidding.
True.
We're very blessed.
Yes.
We both are blessed.
Yes.
And lucky.
Yes. So something that we like to do every week, Gabby and I, is we like to share our highs and our lows. So we thought that it'd be really cool to have you guys share with us your highs and your lows. So would you like to go first, Edwin? What's your high of the week?
My high this week, it's a good question because it's been a hard week. I'm gonna start with my low, if that's okay, because a very close friend just passed away, and it was very sad to see a very close friend from us just leaving. And yeah, it was a very hard experience because it's something that we didn't expect. She was young, but she was very loved by us, by her family. And yeah, we're still, trying to overcome this and trying to pray for her, for her family, for her peace and strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That's my low.
I agree. I was telling Edwin, okay, we can probably have the same high and low together because
because we're
it's been
24 hours,
difficult.
we're 24 hours. We're like 24/7 together.
Oh my God.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but we're overcoming it. So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
God and with people that are helping us praying,
Yeah.
you know, we got this. And
Yeah.
what about your high?
We just celebrated her friend's birthday, and
We had a barbecue.
we had a barbecue.
They have
Yeah.
a pool. They live in like a really nice apartment. So we went to like at the top of the apartment is where they have the pool and like the barbecue pit.
It's really
a
nice.
beautiful view of the city.
With
So
all the buildings and the trees and it was really
fun.
nice.
So it was kind of
Yeah.
nice to like disconnect this weekend.
Yeah.
So that was our high.
Like de-stress. Is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
distress.
I feel like a perfect medicine for life in times of grief is celebrations and being with friends and family. So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It helped us a lot.
Good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening to us. What about you guys? What are y'all's highs and lows?
Mhm.
I would say my only low for this last week was it's been a very busy week and we've had company and just I guess a little lack of sleep maybe.
For sure.
Last week was I commute an hour and to work and back, and sometimes the drive can get a little rough. But the experience we've had with the company this week was worth all of that, and
yes.
that would
Good.
turn into my high because my cousin is currently staying with us right now for a few days because he got his he's from Amarillo and he was doing his residency in Portland. He's now a pharmacist and he got a job in Austin and he's got his apartment. He's waiting for a bed to get delivered, and so we're letting him use one of our beds until then. And but I hadn't got to see him in a couple years, and we're very close, and so catching up with him has been real nice.
He'll tell me, babe, okay, I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm going to bed early tonight. Don't worry, I'll get good sleep. And then 11 o'clock hits because they're catching up, and I love it. I love to see like we love to have company, but especially for me, seeing Brett so close to his cousin is so nice.
Also throw in one more high, but I've been high on it for the last few weeks, and it's our new dog.
Oh.
That's it's been very nice, and he's so loving and caring, and it's nice to have a companion around like that.
I guess my low with him would be when I leave him to go run errands. I'm like, so
she freaks out a little bit leaving him in the kennel, and I'm
so
like,
sad.
he's a dog, he'll be fine.
And I was gonna get used to it. I'm a new dog mom, so okay, guys, drum roll. You're going to be playing the Newlywed Game, which I feel like is actually like a TV show, the Newlywed Game.
I think
on the Game Channel. But we are going
Newlywed Game with one married couple.
With one married and one couple that just lives together. Okay, so we will go first. Me and Brett will call off questions. Like we can kind of switch calling out the questions. Okay, so who said I love you first? Darlene and Edwin.
they have to write it. Finished.
Now, Edwin, what's your answer?
Me.
and I wrote Edwin.
Yeah.
1 for 1. I'm gonna keep score here.
Okay, I'll ask y'all your first question.
Oh my God. Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
The question is, where did you go on your first date?
Oh. Well, okay.
I'm sure that one was easy, right?
Physical date. Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, I have my answer.
Yeah, I got
1, 2, 3.
Torchy.
Yes, Torchy.
Torchy's Tacos.
1, 2, 3, say it.
Cool.
Gabby and Brett, 1 point.
Baby, you can read off their next question.
All right. What is their favorite movie snack?
What is our favorite? Like I have
Like
to guess
together
Edwin.
Or Edwin, you gotta
I
write
guess
down
first.
Darlene's, and Darlene write down Edwin's.
You guess it's mine. Okay.
Favorite movie snack? I don't know. This could be hard. Darlene. Positive.
Okay, I think I have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I guess popcorn. Just normal popcorn.
Me too, but I put caramelized.
Exactly. That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
so-
I was like, huh?
So
What?
Darlene got Edwin's right, but Darlene, did Edwin get yours right? It's just regular popcorn.
For Darlene, I put just regular popcorn.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, because I
And-
know that she
And
doesn't
his
like
is the caramelized one.
Yeah.
Like how do you say? Is that how you say it?
Caramel popcorn.
Caramel popcorn.
caramel.
Caramelized. Got it. You're close.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah.
It's my, guys, I literally just think in Spanish, so that's my problem.
No
Okay.
worries. That was
You get me. Okay,
Mhm.
very good. Okay, Edwin, go ahead and ask them their second question, which is no, sorry,
No,
this one.
Mhm. Yep.
Ooh, this one is good.
Okay. Okay, listen. When and where was your first kiss?
Gabby just starts laughing.
Mhm.
Cheers.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so romantic.
Oh, it's okay.
Unromantic?
It was, babe. It was.
That was.
In the bathroom? Where?
The bathroom.
It was after our first date at Gabby's apartment in Buda.
Exactly. But
After your first date.
Yeah.
more to specifics, because he was on the couch and I was getting up from the couch and he pulled me back to kiss me before I went to the bathroom. So a bathroom was involved. Now,
I knew it.
It's not with both of us.
but just not with both of us in the bathroom.
Gabby, that is romantic.
It was because like it was after the first date. I thought he was going to kiss me like maybe before Torchy's, because we had tacos. So I was like, I don't really want to kiss him right after tacos because I wouldn't have onion breath. And then we got back to the apartment and I'm like, okay, what is he going to kiss me already? And I think we were like watching shows, just trying to like, I don't know. It's like I felt. It's just like one of those things where we're like just kind of browsing through channels because we're like, oh my God, like we like each other, and yeah, it was romantic now that I think about it. I just think the word sofa on my answer, I'm like, that was what? Our first kiss was on the sofa. But yeah.
That's
Oh,
nice.
cute.
Cute. Okay, Darlene and Edwin, what is the first movie you saw together?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, actually, I think I know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it.
You saw theater. Should I be more?
In theaters.
In theater, yeah. Right?
That's what I
Like
was thinking.
in the movie theater, yeah.
What?
Yeah, the movie theater.
Okay.
In
I
the car,
forgot-
I don't want her to copy
I
me.
remember, but I forgot the name of it. But it's
I know. I think so.
I don't remember the name of it, but I can describe it to y'all.
I can say the name of the movie.
Okay. Wait, I can't hear y'all.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Darlene, what's your answer?
Mine is I don't remember the movie, but it's the one about Mary Poppins, like the.
That's the name of the movie, yeah.
What is that the name of the movie?
I think so. That's what I put.
It's
Mary
not called Mary
Poppins.
Poppins. It was the one that created Mary Poppins. What's the
Saving
name of that?
Mr. Banks.
Saving
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Banks. That was
That's
the one.
true, Yeah. I just,
And wrong at the same time.
And that was a very good movie too.
yeah.
What was it about Mary Poppins? I thought that was just about Disney.
No, what was about? No, it was about the woman that wrote the book about Mary Poppins and
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
to persuade her to make a movie about it.
Oh, so that was with Tom Hanks though, right?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
playing.
Tom Hanks.
Okay. I'll give that a correct. You get three right.
Cool.
Coolio. Wait, y'all both guessed the kiss one, right? Right?
Yeah.
So we're
Okay,
really basically all making A+ already.
So far.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Our third question.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey, FYI, we didn't do this together.
No,
Like,
podcast, we have different brains.
Yeah.
We did it separately.
But-
Gabby and
but it's a
Brett,
coincidence.
our third question is, what is the first movie y'all saw together?
That's funny.
In a theater, right?
Yeah, in theaters.
Okay, the answer changes. Okay, that's easy.
I think so.
Say it on three. 1, 2, 3.
1917.
Woo!
Wow.
Guys, story time behind this was like right before the pandemic. This was before my birthday.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was last movie we saw?
It was so early in the pandemic, you couldn't find masks anywhere.
It was
Yeah.
And that's a really
It
good
had
movie.
makeshift.
Yeah, it was.
1970.
I just watched it like this year.
And when we went to go see it, we were the only two in the whole theater.
Cool.
Okay, babe.
Okay. What was their first job?
First job ever that you made government payment.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Yeah, I have Edwin's. He doesn't know mine, I bet.
I think.
I bet you Gabby knows mine.
I think I do.
Okay.
Are you ready, Edwin?
Yes, I guess this one.
Okay, you go first.
Schlitterbahn.
Yeah.
Really?
I was a lifeguard.
Okay.
Good job. And yours was at the call center.
Yes.
Okay.
Every couple knows best.
Yay.
That's good. Yeah. So
We were gonna say at a restaurant or something like that. I thought, no.
No.
What is y'all's silliest fear?
here. Ooh, okay.
Oh man.
That's actually really good. Wow. Silliest. fear.
I know it's a hard one.
But it has to be-
So you can take your time to think.
A fear is a fear. So
Yeah, but silliest,
wait, so not a real fear, but like.
Well,
not a-
if you want to, but
No, yeah, I
si-
think it could be like.
or
what
a
is-
real fear or a silly fear.
Okay.
Okay, I will go first. So your silliest fear as a 42-year-old grown man is spiders.
Ah.
The thing is, it's like some,
That's not silly.
I
That's
know,
serious.
but
I agree with you.
I will burn a house down.
if there's a spider in it, any size. I mean, I guess if it's a super small one, you like are okay.
I shot a tarantula once with a shotgun.
Okay, which are serious. I don't know.
No, I agree with you, Brett. Spiders are
So
scary.
like, okay, honest, there's a sillier fear that I'm missing. I could get this wrong.
Well, I mean, my fear of falling, like
Oh, like roller coasters.
roller coasters and
You know
stuff.
what,
It's
that's
something I wish I could get over, but I
No,
can't.
that is definitely more silly. Because I want to go on Tower Chair at Disney World. And he's like, not about it. And I'm like, that's silly. A 4-year-old goes on Tower Chair. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it has happened, so it's not like that silly.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my fear?
Mhm.
I think your silliest fear for me is checking your blood sugar, pricking your finger. She'll have days where she'll poke her finger and just fine, and then there's some days she's like, I can't do it, just
So
she
true.
freaks out,
It is the weirdest thing because like a prick is like I mean, it's just like super tiny, but it is an irrational fear because I'm like so terrified. I feel like my other one was gonna be I hate being chased because that was when I was telling you.
Oh yeah.
Which is like when we're playing silly with Bandit, even our own dog, when he starts chasing me, I legit have like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm so
If she walks off from me and like she can hear my footsteps coming towards her, but as soon as I start running, she'll start screaming bloody murder.
I do.
Like it really scares her if I start chasing her. So I do it quite a bit.
Just for the laughs.
Yeah.
What is your spouse's ideal vacation?
Okay. Like a specific place or like the idea of it?
The idea, yeah, in general, or like,
Okay, let's do like weather, place, weather and place, I guess. I feel like that's like the top two.
Okay.
yeah,
Place. Okay, I'm gonna say a place that.
yeah. Like, but in general, right? Like,
Winter, summer, fall, like, you know what I mean? What is that?
yeah, I got you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
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 Mine, I'll go first. I put that your ideal vacation is to go to Russia in like the winter time. No. Like when it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Is that your ideal
Yes,
vacation?
actually, that's what I thought when she asked me
Russia,
that.
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of traveling in Europe, but yeah, like one of the places
It's
that I've been
somewhere
having on
cold.
top of my mind now
He
is
likes cold.
yeah.
Russia in the winter, that's
Mm-hmm. Just
So he really enjoyed his trip to Texas this last time because it was really
oh
cool.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I just love the scenery of like with the snow and
I'm a-
and about Russia because it's like a very different culture, a very
We
different
haven't been,
language.
but he wants to.
Yeah, I know it's very different, but it will be, I guess, like culture shock whenever we have gone to like Thailand or like
Yeah.
very different countries. But
Yeah,
that's what I like, to experience very different things.
I like it. Okay, what's
Mhm.
our least favorite ideal? I mean,
Where'd you put?
For place, I guess in general, the beach. It's not that hard. As long as it's a beach, it doesn't matter where it is, but that's all that
true.
matters for her.
I love the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not like a beach lover, but
I mean, y'all's ideal vacations are completely opposite.
yeah, but you know what?
Basically.
Now I like the beach. Now I'm enjoying it a lot, and now I just want to go to the
Yeah,
beach.
because it's cool. We have a good time there.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the next question.
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
This one, number 5.
Number 5. So if y'all won the lottery, what's the first thing y'all would buy together?
Together, babe.
Click here.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh my God. I hope we have the same idea. I mean, either way, it's winning the lottery, right? It's like, hey, I wrote it down. Can't change it.
I wrote land.
Babe,
Oh.
good too. I wrote 10 acres of land, our dream, building our dream.
Oh.
Our dream is to like buy at max 10 acres and just have a piece of land. That'd be ideal. Okay, last question for Darlene and Edwin, which I feel like is the hard one. Y'all really got us with that fear one. But y'all's question is, what is their hidden talent?
Okay, I wrote yours already. Now I need to write mine.
You have.
For me,
What did you write?
oh no, just for you. Sorry. Yeah.
Did you write for you?
Let's just say about like.
You didn't write for him?
Yeah, no, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay,
For
for
me?
me? Say for me.
Oh yeah, that's cooking.
Cooking, that's my hidden
Yes.
talent.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Thank you.
But do you think it's a hidden talent?
I guess.
Yes.
But I didn't write that for me.
Yeah.
But thank you.
But do you
What did you
agree?
write for you?
Yeah.
I wrote
Well,
organization.
I think that's a good one, Edwin. She is that is a good hidden talent. Your cooking skills have probably been elevated since moving out.
You know, like when you think
Yeah.
about yourself too, you don't think about like those types of things. But if you
Mhm.
like point it out, it's like, okay, yeah, I get
And
it.
it's like a talent that she has been
Practicing,
developing.
developing.
And yeah. And
Okay.
like mastering.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay.
And for you, I have singing.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you write that?
No, I put playing the drums. But singing too, in general, I like,
playing, I forgot about playing
I
the
like
drums.
music, like playing
Yeah,
instruments and
he
singing.
grew up playing the drums. I forgot.
No
And
way,
singing.
so did Brett.
So did I.
Oh.
And I was in choir for 12 years.
Oh, and I was, in choir with my friends, just my friends with like
You had a band
forever. Yeah. We started singing and then
at
I
his
was like,
church. He had a
yeah.
band for his church.
Oh, wow.
and then I was like, oh, I can play the drums because the other guys only played the guitar
Uh-huh.
and sang. So I was like, well, I can play the
Aw.
drums. And yeah, I learned by myself.
Yeah, I did too. I was in choir all through school. I mean, I could read music, everything.
Oh.
And then after I graduated, I've always had a fascination for drums my whole life. And then
Mhm.
after I started working, I bought a drum set, taught myself how to play, and I played for about 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow, Edwin, you taught yourself too, right?
Yeah, lots of
They
YouTube.
have a lot in common.
It's something I'd like to get back into, actually. Playing
Me
the drums.
too.
Do you have a
Well,
drum set at home, Edwin, or do you just have like pads?
I had the actual drum set.
He used to. Cool.
Awesome. Okay, we have one more question.
Okay, last question for you guys. You
Oh.
can read it. Go.
Oh, no, you can
Oh,
read
okay,
it.
it's my turn,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, what's the most annoying habit you've experienced with each other ever since moving in together? I know mine with you, Edwin.
Me too.
I think you're going to get one wrong. Yeah, because I just gave up on it and quit talking about it.
No, I think I know what you're gonna say about me. That's the thing. Hold on, I gotta think of his. Hey, got our answers. We have lived together since September of 2020. So yeah, almost a year. And I would say the number one, numero uno thing that about Brett Johnson, that is one of my pet peeves, is his snoring. Is that what you wrote?
Snoring.
He wrote it. That's check for us.
And her bad habit that gets on my nerves the most, which I used to talk about it quite a bit. Like I said, it didn't fix nothing, so I just don't say that anymore. Is how she puts the toilet paper roll on. Oh, you got it?
I got it right.
You know what?
So I like it's an
Are you
OCD thing. I like it coming over the top. And
That's the way it's meant to be, Gabby. Come on
I
now.
don't
See
really
all-
care.
every
I
one
just
of
put it
them.
on.
Every one of hers is underneath, and even Adam
did?
he mentioned it. And he's like, who does the under the bottom of toilet paper? And I was like, I mean,
Okay, so he used to tell me, and then when I put it on, because usually I'm the person that restocks the toilet paper, I literally have a conversation with myself and I'm like, is it up or down? Because I don't really see convenience either way. So I end up, I guess, I'm naturally putting it down, which is
a
wrong.
50% chance of getting it.
That is so funny. I have noticed you stopped talking to me about it.
Yeah, I just usually fix
You
it.
gave up.
I just fix it.
Yeah, just fix it. Don't argue
Gotta
anymore.
pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles.
Gotta pick your
right?
battles. But you know what? If we've been living together that long and that's the only thing that bothers me, that's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good.
Ah, that's funny.
Love, that was fun. I love like trivia. Is this kind of like trivia? Yeah.
And with my snoring, I'm gonna talk to my doctor and get a sleep study. So hopefully we get that fixed.
Yeah, you could. You
Yeah.
can. I had like my uncle, he has like I don't know, like the thing.
CPAP machine.
Yeah, that helps him. And my aunt has slept miraculously ever since.
My mom got one. She loves it.
I can't wait.
That could work.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of trivia. But the last part of our podcast, we'll be sharing some advice we have with the experience that we've gained as couples. Gabby and Brett are in such a different stage than we are, but we both have different things that we've learned since being together. So starting with Brett, we have a question for you. All right. So your question is, it's a little bit, okay. So Gabby's the one that wrote this, okay? With a little bit more life experience than us. She put AKA 14 years. What would you say is the magic to a long-lasting relationship?
It's easy. It's communication. Communication and trust. That's the two biggest ones. And that all falls in line too with no secrets. I mean, get everything out there, don't leave any stone unturned. Always talk to each other. And if you ever do argue or get angry at each other, which we do every now and then, hash it out before you go to sleep. And and make sure you're in good spirits before you go to bed that night. I was always taught growing up in church and from my parents, don't let the sun go down on your anger. And that's in which we've always been good at that. I mean, there's been nights we've been mad at each other up to bedtime, but we fix the problem before we go to sleep. And it's always been good for us.
And it's always been literally communication makes me feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, because I think.
And we're both, you get some people that, takes, I don't want to talk about it for like, some people need a couple days or something. And her and I we are communicators, and we can jump right into it after an argument and, hash it out. And that's what works for us. And we'll continue to keep doing that. But that's my advice is communication and no secrets.
I feel like that is so true to like how our relationship has worked for it being COVID and the year we've had, because I'm a communicator, I need to let everything out. And I know that you just said, you're the same way. Because if I don't communicate, I start making a narrative in my head. and it becomes so toxic. And then I would start to think like, oh my God, he's thinking that, he's thinking this, when it's like, Gabby, you haven't had a conversation with them, like just communicate.
And yeah, I mean, I've got a lot more experience. I have been married before. I've learned from my own mistakes, and take your mistakes you've made in the past and apply that to the future, and it helps you out a lot. But yeah, that's
You've
my
helped me,
advice.
because I'm more stubborn because I don't have those experiences you
Yeah.
have. So yeah, he's always been.
And I'm more patient with her in that area, because I know she doesn't have that experience, and so yeah.
Oh, babe, did you hear last week's podcast? Because that was one of the things that inspired me, was his patience, and just.
I didn't get to hear that one yet.
Well,
I
yeah.
have to
Your
listen to it on the way to
patience
work
inspires
in the
me,
morning.
so.
Good.
Nice.
Something that I love that, because before we got married, we heard this exact same advice about communication, but also about like not going to bed angry, or exactly what you said, Brett. And I have to be honest, like it's always like me. I'm like the angry one of the couple of our relationship. And when I go to bed angry, I wake up feeling just horrible. Like not settling that the night before, it doesn't work that way. So I think, thank you, Brett. I need to like re-listen to that. I needed to re-listen to that, and because I know that it's not a good feeling, waking up after a moment going to bed without settling it. So
also don't be afraid to don't be afraid to people out there, if that's your belief, don't be afraid to let God in your relationship, because he's starting, maybe not from the get-go, but we're starting to kind of, we have daily devotionals that we do before we go to sleep also. And she has her own, I have my own. She'll read her Bible verse that's with her devotional, I do mine. And that's something we're trying to incorporate in our relationship as well. So it can give you a lot more peace than you think. So
it's true. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Even though we've been married and been living together like longer than y'all, I think that's very,
valuable.
useful, valuable to hear, because, we need to put that in practice.
Yeah. As the years goes on, you forget about all those little pieces of advice that people share with you whenever you first get married, or like the things that you learn when you first get married. It just kind of like goes to the back of our brain. So this is nice.
Mhm.
And Edwin, I have a question for you. What has made your 5 years of marriage work, and what have you gained as a husband?
I think I would actually say the same thing, communication, but I would also add that being humble to accept when you're wrong is something that makes your relationship grow, because I don't know, I think it's very humbling to see when your spouse accepts her mistakes, or when you accept your mistakes too. And it's not easy, of course, because we have to we have to take out our pridefulness,
Pridefulness.
and away. And it's not easy, of course, to accept that you're wrong and that you did something bad. But in the end, you feel good after you admit that you did something that wasn't really good. Then you both understand each other better, and then you keep growing as a couple. And yeah, I think that's something. Being humble.
That's really good. I feel like a lot of people don't want to admit that, because it's so vulnerable, especially I mean, I really admire you admitting that as a man, because I think you nodding, like, I know you've said that too, like that is the best quality, Edwin, that you can carry, I would say, from an outsider.
It's not easy.
you might not want to admit it, that you were wrong right at that moment, but eventually, not too long after, just like she said, let go of the ego and the pride, and just it's not worth it's not worth admitting fault, in the long run. So
That what you said even carries out to me because I hate admitting when I'm wrong. I hate it. We laugh. It's so true. So yeah, that is a beautiful lesson being humble. For sure.
It's something that you learned throughout the years and that we've been just learning and
It's like a
practicing.
practice, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it has helped us grow a lot.
Wow.
Good, thanks, Edwin. The next question is for you, Gabby. I want you to tell us a little bit about your transition from being single for most of your 20s to being in this really great, wonderful relationship, but also not just being in a relationship, but moving in with Brett. How did you know that you were ready for that next step in y'all's relationship? And what advice do you have for people who might be wanting to take their relationship to this next step?
I think to answer the first one, to answer like the statement of like, yes, I spent most of my 20s being single. And there's like two parts to the coin. One part, it was like such a blast, right? Like I had all my ego to myself. I was never wrong about anything. No one could tell me, like it was very much an independent, fun life. But there was like something that I longed for very much. And I prayed for it a lot, that I just wanted to start having a companion with life and going on with life. I could see my future being a mom and a wife in like some kind of way, but I just never knew, can someone really love me that much? Like I just had experienced not a lot of dating. I think I had to really love myself first, which is like cliche, but I think that helped me a lot to understand like who I am as a person. And then when I met Brett, it happened out of nowhere. And yeah, there are a lot of things on paper that like another 27-year-old at the time would be like, oh no, like not someone older, like 14 years older than me, not someone that doesn't have the same background as me. Like there is a lot of stuff that I think I was influenced a lot by social media, like what I should want. And that is a very real thing that I think a lot of people go through. But when I felt it was like a soul connection. Like I don't want to sound dramatic at all because I know I can be dramatic, but like this is very real. Like before I even met Brett in person, I was like, there is such a connection. And when we met in person, nothing else mattered. Like all the ego of like status and like Instagram, which that did carry in my life. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. I did see that as like me and my future boyfriend will be like, social media people, but like, that is clearly not Brett. And that's really with him. And like, he's introduced me and almost like, I always had these qualities there, but like introduced me to like, I am overall a pretty down to earth person. I am overall like, I don't want to, like, I've recognized that I don't really want to have like this so-called status that I like thought I wanted, that was influenced heavily by like maybe people around me or something. I hope this is making sense because that's how I really knew that like Brett was just a perfect yin to my yang, if that makes sense. And I think I've said this in previous, where the pause of COVID really slowed down people's like lifestyles. It really made me think very hard about like, what do I want for the rest of my life? Like we're talking forever. And the fact that I could go through so many scenarios and Brett was always in it, that's when I really knew like Brett's meant to be in my life. Like there was just no going around it. And I could even tell him, like, I've told you things where I'm like, I'm fearful that I'm like not going to be a famous filmmaker. I'm fearful that I'm not going to be, a plus size model, because that's kind of something I always thought about. But you've always said to me, like, I am here. You've always said, like, I support you, whether you do it, whether you choose to do something else. And like, I used to get really emotional and you used to just really like talk it through with me, where I've never thought I could talk to a man that was loved me inside and out that much. So yeah, hopefully that was a good answer, but I feel like I have a little bit of blood to my face because I'm so into that answer there.
It was perfect. It was kind of like a long paragraph of a question. So you did great. Thanks, Gabby.
It was a very authentic answer. So
Mhm.
I
thank you.
think even in this moment, I feel very grateful that I'm like reiterating that to myself, because here I am, a dog mom I live in Leander, Texas, with my boyfriend that I want to marry one day. Like, I feel very lucky to be here. And I feel so lucky to have that we have a couple friends like you, that we are going to plan things. And
Definitely.
this is what life is like. This is what I want in life, like the richness of love and like friendship. And
Yeah.
you're gonna be there with me, babe.
I'm excited.
That's what it's all about. I mean, we may not be where we thought we were, but in those, like when we were younger, we thought we were going to be in some places, but it's because we were thinking of ourselves.
Yes.
Us in these places by ourselves. But God puts these people, our significant others in our lives, so that we can create that life together. So it's so nice to hear that it's true. Like, yeah, and in those moments we were single, we were by ourselves, so of course we were thinking about ourselves, but we didn't know what God had planned for us.
But the best thing is that you were open to that. You didn't say no. This is my standard, and okay, no, this is out of the question. So that was good.
And Brett is so, every day I look at him and I'm like, he's everything. Like, he checks all the boxes. You do.
I appreciate that.
You do, babe. Okay, moving on. Enough about me. The final question is for Darlene. And what advice do you have for people like me who are interested in getting married? And what is it like going from being a single woman to a girlfriend, now to a wife? What changes within you, like as those 3 stages?
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with that second question about the stages. I was single my whole life. I mean, my whole life. I was 20 when I started dating Edwin. But I mean, like, whenever you're a 20-year-old, that seems like so long to not have a boyfriend. Like, all through high school, all through college, right? Well, actually in college I met you, but you know what I mean, what I'm getting at. Because now that I look back, it's like, I was like very young, actually. I didn't need to have a boyfriend. But anyway, in that moment, I wasn't looking. And in that moment, I was really focused on myself, and I found how to love myself, and that was through God, to be honest, through prayer, through my community, that I was able to really find myself and love myself. And then all of a sudden, that's where Edwin came in. And so from being single to becoming a girlfriend, that was a hard change for me, because then I had someone else to think about. It wasn't just about me, which I think you can.
And I wasn't from Texas. Like,
he was an international student, so it was like, should I really get into this relationship with this person that? Well, actually, I never even thought that. It was just like the love that I felt. There were no borders.
No.
So I never thought of that.
Like, logistics weren't even in the way.
What?
So like, you didn't even think about logistics of like, I'm here.
Not at all.
Yeah, it was just what you said. When I asked her to be my girlfriend, she immediately said yes.
Yeah, it was like, no question. Because to me, there was like no borders with love.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I honestly, it was like, I'm always the person that doesn't worry about the future until like the time. That could be a bad thing, you know, whenever, like, for example, right now we're going through his residency process. We should have done it like earlier, but I'm just the person that's like, okay, we'll worry about it when the time comes. Yeah. So that's kind of how I took our relationship, because I knew he was going, but I didn't worry about it. I was just living in the moment. So anyway, but like getting into becoming a girlfriend, it was difficult because it wasn't just me. I had to think about my boyfriend, the person that I was with. And so, but you know, you get used to it, and we loved each other. We love each other still.
We used to love each other.
Going into like our engagement, going into our engagement was just like, I don't know, everything just felt really natural. So all of my like stages from singleness to girlfriend to wife, everything just felt natural. And I felt like it was just the way, like the path that God had me and Edwin on, like together. That was the path that we crossed. And now we're building this life together, this path together. And so now being a wife, it's been 5 years already. I'm still learning about myself. We're still learning how to
Live together.
be together and trying to create our life together too, because it's fun. Actually, it's fun to like think about our future and like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do together? Because we have this life together. So it's fun. I think it's great to go from those different stages. Those are the changes that I have within.
Especially when it's the right person, like when it's meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just everything happens, like you said, everything happens like very naturally, and everything keeps flowing and flowing because that's the person that God wanted for you, that that was meant for you.
So that's like the second part of the question, like what advice do I have is first to love yourself. So if you're in a stage of singleness, everything that I tell my friends that are single and they say that they're looking and they just can't find anybody, I always tell them, okay, have you found time for yourself to love yourself first? If you are, if you believe in God, have you tried talking with God? You know what I mean? So that's what I always give people, like my friends that are single. That's like the part of advice. But then whenever you're in that relationship and you're not like sure if you want to get married or not in that stage, I think it just has to feel natural. So if it doesn't feel natural, then I don't think that it's right. But if you feel that it's natural and you, like Gabby said that she can see Brett in all the stages of her life, or like all the paths that she had. If she could see him, then it's meant to be.
Like when I met you, like we were not even boyfriend and girlfriend, and I just saw her. I think I had met you for like 2 months or less than something like that. But I just like looked at her. We were just in the elevator, and I was like, "She's gonna be my wife." And I was like, "Okay, she's the one." Okay, and then we kept like getting to know each other. But like she said, it just feels natural when it's the right person.
That's when you know it's God's work. It's like in that soul.
For sure.
Some deep stuff here at the Cozy Corner.
It was.
Okay. Well, that wraps up our podcast for today. Thank you, Brett and Edwin, for joining us this week. We hope you had just as much as fun as we did with the game and the advice. Let us know if you have any questions, guys, regarding relationships.
Yes, thank you guys so much for being here today. So much fun. We'll have to do it again outside of the podcast, just to like have some conversations. Yes. It was beautiful. To conclude our podcast, we always like to leave y'all with some inspiration. So for this week's intention, we left some reflection questions in our description that we would love for y'all to take some time out of your week to sit down and reflect on those questions.
You can write these answers in your journal or simply just reflect on them with time of meditation or just being out in nature. We want you to know that wherever you are in your journey is where you're meant to be.
That concludes our podcast for today. Check out our channel for past episodes and don't forget to subscribe for our future ones.
You can subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or even watch us on YouTube.
And we'd love it if you left us a review to let us know what you think. Or you can catch us on Instagram at @the.cozycornerpod or send us an email at thecozycornerpod@gmail.com.
Thank you all for listening. We're wishing you all a wonderful week and catch you next time on The Cozy Corner. God bless, take care, and adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos.
Bye, guys. God bless you. Bye.